The U.S. and Mexico share a 2,000-mile border with 47 active land ports of entry and more than 200 years of diplomatic relations. Despite a sometimes contentious relationship between the two countries, U.S. exporters should consider Mexico an exciting growth opportunity. I'm Kari Crane, editor of Shipping Solutions International Trade Blog Passages. In this video, I'll explain how NAFTA and now the USMCA have altered trade with Mexico, the process of exporting there, including documentation and compliance requirements, and the benefits and considerations for U.S. companies. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our Basics of Exporting videos, sharing practical advice for exporters and importers. First, let's look at the challenges and opportunities that come with exporting to Mexico. There are certain barriers to be aware of, but none are insurmountable. Challenges include frictions in the supply chain mean high prices for certain components and logistics services. Mexico's size and diversity make it difficult to find a single distributor to cover the entire market. The Mexican legal system differs in fundamental ways from the U.S. system and can make exporting difficult. U.S. firms should work with competent legal counsel before entering into any business agreements in Mexico. The banking system has shown signs of growth, but interest rates remain high. In particular, small and medium-sized companies may find it difficult to get financing at affordable rates. Mexican customs regulations, product standards, and labor laws may present challenges. Violence has created insecurity in some parts of Mexico, including some border areas. U.S. companies need to conduct due diligence on potential partners and should be conservative in extending credit. The U.S. Commercial Service offices in Mexico can help by conducting background checks on potential Mexican partners. In many situations, the potential rewards of exporting to Mexico can outweigh any challenges. The positive impacts of the USMCA mean that Mexico may be a better option for exporting than other countries, as Mexican companies, government agencies, and entire industries are deeply familiar with and receptive to U.S. products and services. U.S. producers often find it straightforward to market and sell products and services in Mexico. Are you already exporting to Mexico or thinking about entering the market? Let us know in the comments what your experience has been. The best thing about exploring the opportunities in Mexico is knowing you don't need to do it alone. These are some of the places where you can get in-country, trusted assistance when you encounter difficulties. The U.S. Commercial Service, district export councils, trade missions sponsored by state and local trade offices, the International Trade Administration, the U.S.-Mexico Chambers of Commerce. The documents you will need when exporting to Mexico will vary depending on your products, but may include the following: a bill of lading, commercial invoice, USMCA certification of origin, packing list, sales contract, pro forma invoice, customs declaration, and insurance policy. You can download free PDFs of these documents on the Shipping Solutions website. Fortunately, understanding compliance regulations to export to Mexico will be much easier than, say, China, but you do still need to know what's required of you. The first step is determining who has jurisdiction over your goods: the U.S. Department of Commerce under the Export Administration Regulations, or the State Department's Directorate of Defense Trade Controls. If they fall under the jurisdiction of the Commerce Department, which most products do, you must determine if your export requires authorization from the Bureau of Industry and Security. You need to answer the following questions: what is the ECCN of the item? Where is it going? Who is the end user? What is the end use? By making sure your product is classified correctly, you'll be protecting yourself from severe fines, penalties, and even jail time. Next, U.S. companies must use the ECCN codes and reasons for control described above to determine whether or not there are any restrictions for exporting their products. Exporters should refer to the Commerce Country Chart in the EAR to determine if a license is required. If it is, you must apply to BIS for an export license before you can export your products. Restricted party lists, also called denied party lists, are lists of organizations, companies, or individuals that various U.S. agencies and other foreign governments have identified as parties that one cannot do business with. Restricted party screening, or denied party screening, refers to the process in which a company checks a potential customer or business partner against one or more of the restricted party lists to ensure they are not doing business with a restricted party. When exporting to Mexico, you must check every single restricted party list every time you export. If you're an exporter who is considering exporting to Mexico, consider this. Shipping Solutions export documentation software can help you quickly create the necessary documents and stay compliant with export regulations. You can easily find your product's classification, perform restricted party screening, determine if an export license is required, and complete all the required export documents quickly and accurately. Let us show you how it works. Click here to watch a video demo of the software, or click the link below to schedule a free live demo. There's no obligation. And to learn more about exporting, subscribe to this channel and to our free international trade blog linked below.